Hi, I'm Margaret Martin at Miller Guide, a registered physiotherapist, here to talk to you about how to do the plank the right way. When it comes to doing the plank, doing it the right way means finding the right plank for you. So we're going to explore that in just a second. But before that, I want to just talk a little bit about what is the plank all about. So the plank was developed to strengthen our inner core musculature, our transverse abdominis, our deepest layer of muscles. But we need to have good form. So that means that we need to have good posture. When we have good posture, we can then integrate into our plank ways of not just strengthening our deep core muscles, but strengthening our deep shoulder muscles and working on hip stabilization and ankle stabilization. So many things that we could take advantage of when doing the plank the right way. So let's get started. So because I don't know who's all listening, if you've never done a plank before, this is where we start, at the wall. So planks are generally done with hands shoulder width apart, with the angle of the arm to the body roughly 90 degrees. You want to be able to weight bear evenly through your hands. If your wrists don't love it, you could be on your knuckles, you could wear winter mitts, you could put little padding underneath your hands so that you're not having to have so much extension at the wrists. But the key thing is that you're keeping your body, ear, shoulder, hip, knee, and ankle in a nice straight line. Now, you might be going, okay, this all feels good, but I don't really feel any challenge through the core. So you start to look for a lower surface. So I'm going to move over to something belly button height. Your kitchen counter works nicely. If you have stairs, this would be probably somewhere between the 4th and 5th step, depending on your height. Now, as we go to a lower surface, we have to move back just a little bit more. And you're going to notice that the weight of your body is through the balls of your feet to try to make it even through the 5th and 1st metatarsal heads, so the knuckles of your feet. You also want to be nice and neutral in your shoulder blades. So this is collapsing in your shoulder blades, whereas this is now protracting or overextending in the shoulder blades. And we tend to do that when we are using a more superficial muscle or rectus abdominis muscle. We're not wanting that either. Just as when we did the plank on the wall, when we're doing all our planks, we're looking for a nice posture. So we want to make sure that we're able to keep back of the head, middle of the thoracic spine, and your sacrum in line. So I'm using a yardstick, cueing myself to keep my abdominals a little tighter, and again, the whole body is in that nice straight line. Now, once you could reach 30 seconds, you could look for a lower surface, or you could start challenging yourself, as in lifting one hand, lifting the other hand, lifting one foot, lifting the other foot. Lots of great ways to challenge yourself. As I lift one foot, the leg of the supporting side is working harder. So my supporting ankle, my supporting hip, but also this hip that is having to hold the other leg up straight. All my core is working harder. That's how you do the plank the right way, but it doesn't mean that you need to hold indefinitely in your plank. So once you feel challenged and you go, that feels really solid, I got a good 30 seconds behind me, I'm ready for another challenge. So I like people to build up to have 3 30-second holds before they move to the next step. So you know where I'm going. I'm going to the next lower surface that most of us have is a chair. So when setting up, especially as you get into lower surfaces, really nice to get your butt out, bend your knees enough so that you know you're already aligning your spine so that your posture is already perfect before you even enter your plank. Your hands are underneath your shoulders. You step back again onto the balls of your feet. So even weight through 5th and 1st. You're gently tucking your tummy. You do not want to sag. You can start higher and then work your way down. And again, you're working at a level that allows you to feel a good challenge. Once you feel that challenge, you can add to the challenge by either lifting, alternating legs, lifting and alternating the weight through your hands. Should you decide to do that, I would suggest you maybe bring your hands a little bit closer to midline, just so that you can trust your chair and know that you're safe. If your shoulders are your weak point, you could always make your plank more challenging by coming down onto your forearms. Whether you do this from a chair height or lower, that's great. All right, coming in and out of your plank, always with good form. Now, most people see the planks, as their ultimate goal of doing several minutes on the floor. Well, we'll do a couple down here and then we'll progress. So, in my mind, a plank is truly just a transition to being able to do a more difficult exercise using a good body position. So now you've strengthened your shoulders so that you're not protracting, you're not rounding, you're not coming up here. You've trained your shoulders to hold you in a nice neutral position and you're not collapsing. Good. So then from here, should you decide to move through your plank, great. But nothing is moving in your body. You can train to strengthen through your shoulders. But again, nothing is moving through your body. These are all ways to continuously challenge your plank. Once you've succeeded through the floor and you've worked down on your forearms, then introducing unstable surfaces are great, but you can also just work it inversely. So then you start building up your plank from a couple inches off the ground to higher off the ground. And again, introducing lots of fun variables that you can play with, even opposite arm and leg. And so make the plank work for you. Do it right so that you're getting your deep core stabilizing muscles, but not just those of your abdominal wall, but those of your hips and your shoulders, and most importantly, that you're incorporating your posture the whole way. I'm Margaret at Amelia Guy. Thanks for joining me. Have a great plank.